you know, there are sometimes that I don't know why I've been called on stage. It's not that every day I know. And so I think this is one of those moments that I'm also clueless. So I don't know, uh, I'm seeing computers. Yeah, I'm seeing computers are saying, oh, they're now searching. They say no source or no signal. Eh? You know, there are many times during the journey that during this journey of our CBA and the strike, that actually we had no signal. There is one morning that we woke up, and that is the morning, of course, that Mutula Kilonzo Jr., Senator, did not come to court. And we had been chatting with him all through, and I think I may need to confess what he was trying to say. For many of the members of my neck, they probably did not know. But myself had already known a day before that we were going to be jailed the following day. And I did not tell any of this to any of our committee members. In fact, that conversation, we always avoided it. It's because a senator was saying here that your leaders may not tell you. We had already known that on the 25th of January, we had an appeal date. But this appeal date was, let me use the correct word, politically influenced, to be postponed just so that we could be jailed. There are a number of painful stories, and sometimes I do not share them because they still evoke a lot of emotions. There's a number of things that we know that even the people who are negotiating, some of them do not know. And of course, there will be time to tell it. So on the 25th of January, we were supposed to have our appeal case heard. But that was changed by people high up in the judiciary who are being influenced by people high up in the political system. And therefore, our sentence that was given on the 12th, and was 12th of January, was suspended for 2 weeks, was supposed to fall on the 26th. So this appeal case was supposed to come before. And then, of course, Justice Osinwa still extended it by a further 2 weeks, as you recall, by first giving the union time to go and end the strike. We didn't know how, because we thought that the instructions were supposed to be bilateral. And therefore, on the 13th, we were jailed. Before, when we appeared in court on the 26th, I remember telling doctors in the doctors' assembly that there are only 2 instances when I, as the Secretary General of this union, shed tears. Only 2. One, when a middle-aged good friend of ours now, I think you saw him, doctor from Wajir, came to my office and narrated what he had gone through. And then on that particular day, when we were in court, Dr. Daisy Korir spoke. And Daisy may not have known how much, but she touched all of us, narrating how she broke her glasses during this struggle. And let me tell you also 2 other things that you don't know. Daisy is one of the few in the negotiation team that woke up one day by herself and walked to State House. And she walked to State House, went up to the gate of State House and said, I want to do something to end this strike. She was allowed entry, and together with Alex Muturi, our chief negotiator, they met head of public service, Joseph King, for 2 hours. Then they came back to us. We didn't know, and myself and Chair, we were at Railways Club, and then they told us, we are from State House. There are a number of touching stories, but those touches, Daisy would keep us in the negotiating room, and I think Mr. Hacker knows. Sometimes when we had given up, that same night of 12th, we negotiated until 2 a.m. Personally, I had switched off by 10 p.m. because I knew nothing was going to come. But Daisy kept telling us, no, you can't go, you can't walk out. Keep here, we will keep it. Let's finish this. Let's finish this. My dear sister. On behalf of all the doctors in this country, I want to say a big thank you because you inspire us. Now let me invite John Gidongo to give our appreciation to you, Dr. Daisy Korir.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. So sorry. I made people cry, but that time I never used to cry. I used to tell them to be strong. I used to also wonder where the strength is coming from. And every day, like my team used to know, we used to go home when we were very discouraged at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. But for some reason in the morning, we would wake up. And bright ideas would come, and in a very small laptop, we would have a new table of payments, a new table of how we can start it, a new table of how we can get it in 2018, and we would always want to keep the hope alive. And I really thank God because I yesterday when we signed the CBA, all I could say was it's been a great journey that required patience and perseverance. But by the grace of God, we did it. So I really thank God. And I really thank this team that was there all the time. Sometimes I was the only lady. Sometimes we were with Evelyn. Sometimes she was unwell. She broke her ankle. And we would go all the way into the night. But these very able union leaders, Oluga, Oroko, Muturi, they would take care of us, and we go to the meeting, we negotiate. If it's 2 a.m., they would make sure we have gotten back home without leaving us out there in the street. And I think I really owe it to all of you, Oluga and Oroko. You've really supported me, you've really encouraged me, and you've been strong for me also when I was not feeling very strong. But above all, I thank God, and I thank all the doctors who used to inspire us, send us messages every morning, and tell us that we can make it. A great journey begins with small steps. But if you have the faith in you that you can go all the way, then you will make it, and you will eventually get what you want. So I'm so grateful, and I'm so surprised, and you've made me cry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's give her another round of applause.